Got another leash issue.
Okay.
My dog used to be fine walking off leash. However, she started this habit of running up to other dogs to the point where I can't have her off leash anymore. Why might this be?
Oh,
This is off leash, so that's a whole nother thing.
same thing. I mean, it's the same thing. So typically when something like this happens and we have what feels like kind of like a regression, what really happened is your dog accidentally got reinforced for doing the wrong behavior, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So reinforcement drives behavior. I'll say that
Got it.
one time. Reinforcement drives behavior. So the more you reinforce something, the higher the likelihood that behavior is to reoccur. That's the whole basis of positive reinforcement training. So if we're talking about a dog who's off leash, I'm having a great time hitting this trail with my mom. Ooh, look, a dog. I run over, I say hi to that dog. I just had a party. I got to sniff butts. Maybe we played a little bit. So technically, as the dog, I just got reinforced for running up to another dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing to do would be to start with reinforcing, obviously not running up to another dog. So before you can take this off leash, you'll want to do it on leash and just work with some treats. So go to your usual hiking trail or park and start from scratch. Go on leash, get your dog walking. When you see another dog coming, just reward your dog before they can get going towards the other dog. If they pull or move towards that other dog, don't reward. So now your dog is actually being reinforced for the correct behavior, which is seeing another dog and doing nothing. Seeing another dog and doing nothing. And what's happening when they do nothing? They're eating something yummy like cheese or whatever you have left over in your fridge, really. I mean, turkey, lunch meat, whatever you have, bring it with you. And your dog's going to be like, I don't even care about this other dog because mom has
Mom's got treats.
Yeah. So that's really all it is about, right? So if your dog is performing a behavior that you consider dislikable or unenjoyable or not reinforceable, I call them non-cookieable offenses, then give them a cookieable offense that they can be rewarded for, right? And then once that gets going, then you can work with playing with getting your dog off leash. So a fun trick that I like to do when I'm training off leash is I'll make the click sound on the leash as though I've unclipped them, but I don't actually unclip. So the dog goes to take off and guess what? They're still leashed. So those small sounds and noises actually cue your dog to let them know that the environment has changed. So if you can desensitize those different parts, then your dog never really knows what's going on. And then they'll actually learn to release and move away from you when you say, okay, or for me, it's dogs out front.
Dogs out front. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I have a follow-up personal for that. The
Sure.
whole reinforcement, you repeated it twice. I already forgot it, but the reinforcement
behavior.
Yes. That's why they say when your dog runs up and they're so happy to see you and they're jumping on you and you give them a hug and kiss, that's reinforcing what some people think is bad behavior. Because when your guest comes over, you wonder why they're attacking them. It's because they want a kiss.
See, you just learned something today.
Yes, it makes sense.
I mean, that's really the basics of all training, you guys. It's like if you think about your dog's behavior in just two camps, one is a rewardable camp and one is a non-rewardable camp, it's all about just feeding this behavior and not feeding this one. It's that simple.
Right. I like that it's focused around the reward part. So you can just focus on the positive when you feel better anyway, and it's less discouraging when you're able to treat your dog.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then your dog's like, heck yeah, I don't want to jump on you because if I stick all four on the floor, you give me a cookie. Why would I jump? The most I get when I jump is a hug. Right?
Yep. That's so good. You know your stuff.